Welcome to Golden Boy Fight Night on DAZN. Fantasy Springs Resort Casino in Indio, California for a night of explosive boxing action. It's Golden Boy Fight Night. Thank you for joining us. The main event is going to be a 20-year-old in the lightweight division. The undefeated Floyd, Kid Austin Schofield, taking on veteran from Mexico, Daniel Rosas, in a fight scheduled for 8 rounds. Before that, the ladies go at it. Former WBC female minimum-weight champion from Mexico, Anabel Ortiz, takes on upset-minded Maria Santizo of Guatemala. The night gets going with a couple of youngsters at super welterweight. A fighter we're getting used to seeing here on Fight Night, 20-year-old Eric Tudor from Florida, takes on 19-year-old Ramon Marquez. And that's going to be followed by a battle of Mexicans from Tamaulipas. Sergio Gonzalez looking for the upset against undefeated Jorge Estrada from Mexicali in a 4-round battle. And then undefeated Joshua Garcia, known as El Americano out of Moreno Valley. He's bringing the crowd tonight. Takes on LA's Christian Lorenzo in a 4-round super featherweight bout. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Golden Boy Fight Night here ringside alongside the Hall of Famer, Bernard Hopkins. I'm Beto Duran. Thank you for joining us. And B-Hop, tonight's main event, let's get to it. A 20-year-old is going to headline. It's his second fight with Golden Boy. You're a partner with Golden Boy. Why are you really high on Kid Austin?
We believe in him. We see him on a fast track of superstardom. I mean, this kid is going to be a man, and he's coming to prove it.
He has the swag. He has the attitude. He's not cocky, Bernard. He's just very confident in his ability. This kid can hit.
Very confident, but also sure of himself that he can be what we expect him to be, and he's proven it.
And on Golden Boy Fight Night, you see tomorrow stars tonight, but you don't give him anything easy. You give him a veteran who has 28 fights in Daniel Rosas. You want to see what this kid's all about, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, things are not given, it's earned, and we're going to see him earn it stripes tonight.
Rosas in his 30s said, you're going to give me a kid? Okay, look for the upset. So he's confident that his ability can provide an upset. But Kid Austin out of Texas, this is a young man who is super confident in his abilities, and he has a following, but he also has a great story. We saw him recently in Texas, really early in the afternoon, but tonight he's the main event. Bernard, the lights have nothing for him, right? It's no problem with him.
No, he's a main eventer with these little fights that he has, 11, 10 fights, and he's ready to go.
But the thing about it, it's all been earned. It might seem like it's been easy. He's got the look, he's got the charisma, he got the undefeated record, but it hasn't always been easy for Kid Austin. For more on his story, the third member of our crew, Brandy Flores.
Yeah, Kid Austin had a rough start to life. At the age of 2, he and his father were homeless. His dad, Floyd Sr., having to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet. And at 5 years old, Kid Austin told his dad, I want to become the best boxer in the world. So they got to work. And as Schofield's career grew, his dad never let him forget where he came from, which is why today Kid Austin is constantly giving back to his community, donating his time and effort to homeless shelters during the holiday season. And during fighter meetings, he told us, I knew what it was like to struggle. So if there's anything I could do, whether it be giving somebody something extra I have or donating my time, why not? But I will say, he's not looking to make anybody's life easier in the ring tonight.
Brandy Flores, the third member of our crew tonight, does a great job. She'll be in the ring with the interviews later on tonight, also giving us ringside reports. It's a good night here in India. Thursday night action coming your way. Our opening bout. Let's look at the tail of the tape. Eric Tudor is the taller fighter. He's also 20 years old. Gets good work in Florida. He's 5-0, 4 KOs. He hasn't really been tested because he's been taking care of his opponents. Ramon Marquez, who turned pro when he was 16, across the border in Mexico. He's 5-2. But his record is softer. Eric Tudor, Marquez should be a good battle tonight in the super welterweight division. 2 tall fighters, and it's something that when the Golden Boy officials talk about Eric Tudor, they look at a kid who has a lot of potential. They know he's 20, but they want to see what they have, and he opens up the bout on Golden Boy Fight Night. Let's go to our ring announcer tonight, the one and only Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go live on DAZN from Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, Indio, California. A very good evening, fight fans, and welcome to Golden Boy Fight Night. It's all brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and sponsored by Bet Online, your online sportsbook. All tonight's fight odds are brought to you by Bet Online and Torres Brandy, Magistry and Tradition since 1928. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go super welterweight action. Ready to make his way to the ring first, out of the blue corner, from Mexico, Ramon Marquez.
Ramon Marquez. 5-2, 5 KOs. He's 19. His fights have been in Mexico. Comes in with just his trainer. He is 19 years old today. So happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños a Ramon Marquez. Very quiet. He's here to box. Big opportunity for that young man. Tom Taylor, our referee tonight, checking the gloves. Get ready to go.
And his opponent ready to make his ring walk out of the red corner from Florida, Eric Tudor.
Romanian roots. He's a member of the Romanian national team, training in Florida, where he grew up. 5-0, 4 KOs, Eric Tudor.
I got very, very high expectation for
You like him,
talent
huh?
that we see, because you know he's getting better every fight. Every fight, he's getting better, and you can see that he wants to improve because he do things different every fight, and that's what I'm impressed of.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go 6 rounds of action. This in the super welterweight division. Your 3 judges scoring at ringside are Raul Caiz, Pat Russell, and Fernando Villarreal. When the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge, Thomas Taylor. Introducing you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks trimmed in gold. He weighed officially 145.4 pounds. His professional record stands at 5 victories with 2 defeats. All 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando de Agua Prieta, Sonora, Mexico, Ramon Marquez. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing red with black, he weighed in officially 153.6 pounds. In 5 bouts as a professional, he stands perfect with 5 victories, including 4 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated super welterweight from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Eric Tudor. Once again, referee Thomas Taylor with the final instruction.
All right, belt line's good on both sides, gentlemen. Give your instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen, you can't touch one. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
All right, we get ready to go. Golden Boy Fight Night, Thursday in Indio, California. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be around the world. 5 fights scheduled, and that man right there is going to open it up. Eric Tudor, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Derek Santos in his corner. Oh, he does have a little smile. Normally, this kid is super serious.
Yeah, he got a little smirk, but you know he's gonna be popping that jab as soon as you start off. And I've been paying attention in his last 2 or 3 fights. He starts off with a really good, strong, active jab.
You ready?
Underway, Eric Tudor in the red trunks. That's something that he said yesterday, Bernard, in our fighter meetings, how the jab is going to be a focus for him tonight. And when you're that tall, you got to use it.
You have to use it because, first of all, it's a long-range measuring stick for you to go as the round goes to the next round or whatever round it ends or starts, and continue to keep going. He has a good jab. He has a good lean body, and that jab is very key to get warmed up and also to set other punches that's going to come after that.
Golden Boy Fight Night Series is about developing young fighters, giving an opportunity to get a big platform like DAZN, and also to be fighting in front of a crowd and get a chance to get some more exposure. This is what you like about him too. Eric Tudor turned pro this year, and this is his 6th fight. One great way to be active, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you stay busy. I mean, he was just not too long ago on TV in front of us, in front of the world, and he's back before the year ends. And, you know, I won't be surprised, depending on how this fight goes, he's trying to get another fight before 2023. But I just like his poise. I just like everything about him, his confidence. You know, we spoke to him at the, at the meeting yesterday after he weighed in, and I didn't expect anything different. Very confident what he's going to do, and he's warming up to it now.
Halfway through the opening round, Eric Tudor, 3rd straight appearance at Fantasy Springs, beat Dante Stubbs, Edgar Valenzuela. He's also had a fight in Mexico, Massachusetts, also Florida. Might be 20, but he hates everything about social media, about bragging. He hates fighter meetings. He just wants to get in there and fight. I like that attitude.
He's coming out of his shell, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit. He had a little bit more feedback yesterday for us.
His jab is coming out of his shell. So is that right hand.
And I like how he looped that right hand around the glove. He took it around the left hand glove, and he can always come back with another shot. He has to now just maintain that, but put a little bit more pressure to try to make a fight out of it early.
Doubling up the jab, follow with a body shot. Marquez, I might have been a little low, fixing his trunks, but I got him on the side of the body. Back to the body is Tudor in red.
And you know what Marquez is doing that's not going to be beneficial to him? He's waiting for something that's not going to happen. He's not going to be given nothing. He got to earn it. He has to go ahead and make his own punches.
Well, he needs to get out of that corner and land a shot. Finally does, and lands a left hook.
He took some good shots, and he had to get out of there because it wasn't good for him to stay there and try to counterpunch.
Escúchame, ¿hacer el balde, Nero? Ramón. Está bien, pero hacer 1-2. Viste que vos tenés que pegar el duele, ¿entendés? Si vos le pegás el duele, no te dejes meter acá abajo porque se viste mano abajo, ¿no? ¿Sentiste un poquito? ¿Viste? Yo lo escuché, lo sentí, ¿te di cuenta? Ramón, por favor, no te confíes. Vos tirá la mano. Tirá la mano tuya. 1-2. Salí,
Derek Santos, Coral Gables with this young fighter, Eric Tudor. Good round for 20-year-old Tudor.
I would like to see Marquez jab with a jabber. I mean, that's one thing that can offset Eric is he has to jab with the jabber. He might get hit 2 or 3 times, but he must out-jab him because if he stands there and wait to accept, it's not going to be good for him as the round goes on.
Another thing about the development of Eric Tudor, he's getting another opponent with a winning record. 3rd straight opponent that has a winning record. So it hasn't been exactly an easy touch along the way. He's had to work for his knockouts.
And that's the best experience, not to get nothing handed to you. Just, you have to earn it. You have to go ahead and make it happen as fights go on. But right now, I like how Eric just beat the body up after the 2 or 3 headshots up top. He set it up, a left hook to the body, and that really got Marquez's attention. That's why he's banging his chest, because that did hurt. I mean, that did hurt, and he knew that.
The right side of Marquez getting an attack here in the first part of the 2nd round, and you can see him trying to cover up that right side, keep that elbow close, and Tudor goes right to it. Body shot drops Marquez.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You
Gets
okay?
right at 9.
Ready to go?
He's been attacking that right side. B-Hop, his nose is bloody. Eric Tudor sees the blood, He's sensing something here in the second round.
And let's see as Eric go back to the body. This is where you can see the maturity, how he takes his time, how he sets it up with the left hook to the body, another left hook, and then a right uppercut.
Controlling the waves, Eric Tudor in red. Dig it to the body. But both land hooks. Attacking the body, and Marquez takes a deep breath. Oh, he's having trouble breathing, Bernard.
He is, and Eric is going right back to that body.
And he drops
the
him
shot
again for the second time in the round.
I'll be very surprised if he get up.
Oh, a lot of heart from Marquez. The 19-year-old on his birthday gets up for the second time. We'll let it continue. He said yes.
Those body shots stay with you. They don't get shook off. You must somehow withstand everything that's coming to you. Those body shots are still affecting them.
Tudor honing in on the body. Stalking. There's a 20-year-old Eric Tudor. Marquez needs to get out of that corner. That's dangerous for him. He's getting attacked, and that's it. It's going to do it. Tom Taylor jumps in there, saves the fighter. Eric Tudor with a second round stoppage to open up the night on Golden Boy Fight Night. Bernard, you like this young man.
I love this young man.
But he goes back to the corner. Did he win? Did he lose? You can't really tell right now.
That demeanor we've seen over and over. On to the next. That's what his demeanor says, on to the next. And I'm pretty sure he's pleased. I'm pretty sure he's, enjoying himself in his own way.
Inside.
And you know what? He'll be in the gym probably tomorrow, Saturday.
As soon as he gets back, he'll be celebrating. Chris Algieri, former fighter, was watching right now. Chris, I know you're really high on this young man. We see it. Why? Because a second round stoppage for Eric Tudor. He was dropped twice with the body, and then the third time Tom Taylor jumped in there. Let's look at some of the replays of a vicious second round.
And again, this is a setup. He throws a faint jab that really wasn't going to. You see him pawing the jab, and then he goes to the body. Every time he pawed with the jab and he went to the body, he got results. Here again, he's setting him up. He won him the punch, and Eric just dig back to the body. Everything was set up to create the body shot, the left hook to the liver.
Oh, oof. Man, a lot of respect to Ramon Marquez. Got up twice for those body shots, and that's where
this where the referee came in for the mercy call to go ahead and stop him. No more punishment. Yeah. Great call.
Protect the young fighter. It was inevitable. Tudor said, I want to be more patient. There's a lot of room to grow. We see it from the young man, who's now 6-0. Let's go to Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 2 minutes, 41 seconds, round number 2. Referee Thomas Taylor puts a halt to this fight for your winner. By way of knockout, he is still undefeated, Eric Tudor!
Yes, he actually is enjoying himself, Bernard. Inside.
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 I mean, that's his personality. I don't think I doubt if it changed. I mean, he know what he wants and he know what he's gunning for, and he would tell probably all of us that he just want to celebrate when it's time, and he still has a lot to do, and a lot to prove.
Yesterday at the fighter meal, I was like, hey, do you enjoy after the fight? He goes, here we go again.
He didn't want to hear it. He was like, you said something that was wrong, but no, he's a great guy.
Golden Boy Fight Night. More action coming your way from Indio. Golden Boy Fight Night in Indio, California. You see tomorrow's stars tonight. 5 fights total for you coming your way. Our first one is done. Eric Tudor with a second round stoppage of Ramon Marquez. Let's look at the fight card for tonight as we work towards our way of the main event. Beth Duran alongside Bernard Hopkins and Brandy Flores. Coming up next is going to be Jorge Estrada taking on veteran Sergio Gonzalez. Then after that, undefeated Joshua Garcia gets a good test against Christian Lorenzo. Then the ladies, Anabel Ortiz, Maria Santizo. Then the main event, 20-year-old Floyd Schofield is the headliner tonight in the lightweight division.
In the past 20 years, they have promoted legends in the sport of boxing. But now, Golden Boy and DAZN present the new era of boxing. And it's gonna be a knockout. Golden Boy Fight Night. Only on DAZN.
Golden Boy Fight Night. More action coming your way, including the ladies is the co-feature. For more on that, here's our reporter, Brandy Flores.
I'm here with former three-time world champion Arely Mucino, who's looking to find her way back to holding a world title next week as she is taking on for the IBF flyweight title. Arely, how was your preparation for this fight and how confident do you feel?
¿Cómo estuvo tu preparación para esta pelea y qué tan confiada te sientes ante la pelea?
Bueno, pues hicimos una gran preparación con el coach Joel, con Oscar que estuve ayudando y todo el equipo de trabajo, ¿no? Y pues me siento contenta sobre todo y pues ya, la confianza yo creo que eso es arriba del ring, ¿no? La seguridad del trabajo es la disciplina, la dedicación que le hemos metido todo este tiempo para esta pelea.
Oh, we've had a great camp with Coach Joel Diaz and Oscar. We have a great camp. I'm very excited. I'm very happy. And as far as the confidence going into the fight, we're going to see that in the ring and how the fight, unfolds. And we've had a great camp, so we're excited.
It's been 3 years since you've held a world title. Are you just anticipating getting in the ring and coming out with a win?
Ha sido 3 años desde que eras campeona del mundo. ¿Cómo te sientes en anticipación? ¿Ya estás lista para arrebatar ese título?
Sí, claro, de verdad que lo estuvimos trabajando esto bastante. Agradezco a mis promotores, a mi equipo de trabajo, al coach Joel, a mi familia por todo el respaldo que me han dado. Así que simplemente pues es algo que añorábamos y que no podemos dejar desapercibir esta oportunidad, ¿no? Vamos con todos por todo y primeramente Dios, no ese título poder llevárnoslo a México.
Yes, absolutely. It's been 3 years, like you said, hard work, training. I want to thank my team, my promoters, my family for all their support during this time. But we're ready, and that title is going back to Mexico. We're going to do everything we have to win that title.
And you mentioned you had a great camp. Someone who I know helps you in your camp is your husband, Angel Tito Acosta, who's also a former world title, and he's also boxing as well. How has he been able to help you in preparation for this fight?
Sabemos que tuviste un gran campamento, como lo dices, pero dentro de tu equipo, dentro de tu campamento, tu esposo, también un ex campeón del mundo, ¿cómo te ha ayudado, cómo te ha motivado él para esta pelea?
Pues he estado apoyándome al 100% en todo, como lo dices, ¿no? Él sabe de este deporte, así que está al pendiente de mí en trabajos de pista, que obviamente tengo a mi preparador José Bonet, pero está en el trabajo al 100%, en el gimnasio, presionándome, buscando sacar lo mejor de mí para culminarlo, ¿no? Primeramente Dios este próximo sábado 29 de octubre y sobre todo, ¿no? Dar un gran espectáculo para la gente, que es lo que se merece.
No, absolutely. He knows he knows the game, and he has the experience. He's been pushing me, motivating me, along with the team. And this Saturday, October 29th, we will take that title back.
We'll have to see on October 29th. Arely Mucino is going to be fighting on the Williams Cepeda Jojo Diaz undercard. Arely, thank you for your time. We're going to send things back to you guys ringside.
That will be next weekend in San Diego. Arely Mucino. That's right, married to Tito Costa. Husband and wife fighting team training with Joel Diaz here in Coachella. Coming up next in Indio, California, the tail of the tape, Jorge Estrada. You see that it says made in Mexico? He's from Mexicali, right across the border, taking on Sergio Gonzalez from Tamaulipas. That'll be a good one. Estrada 3-0, all knockouts. He is chasing his boxing dream in the United States. And one of the cool features is that tonight, his parents are finally going to be able to see him fight in the United States. Hasn't seen them since he left Mexicali to chase that boxing dream. And you know all about that, Bernard, the sacrifices you got to make.
Sacrifice. Estrada talks strongly about it, and I'm excited to watch it.
We are set to go with the next fight tonight. 4 rounds of super welterweight action. And first to make his way to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, here is Sergio Gonzalez. His opponent ready to make his way to the ring, fighting out of the red corner, undefeated Jorge Estrada.
And the sombrero that he's wearing, his mom brought it to him, said, "Mijo, I want you to wear this tonight when I see you fighting the United States for the first time, achieving your dream." So it's really special to him. I'm like, "What's up with the mask?" Like, "Well, nothing." Like, "No, you're wearing a mask, man. I'm working with Bernard Hopkins. Yeah. I'm gonna ask about the mask."
That mask has started a trend, and I'm pretty sure he's wearing it for a good reason. And you know what? When you wear a mask, you gotta be a badass. So let's see. Let's see what he does.
So exactly what I told him. Like, "Mija, with the mask, you want to intimidate?" He's like, "Oh yeah, but it's also just Halloween." I'm like, "Oh,
perfect timing. It's absolutely a perfect timing."
I thought he was gonna come in and I'm a vicious guy, crazy. No, it's Halloween. There you go. Good kid, though. It should be a good battle tonight. And that graphic says that all 3 of his fights have ended in the first round. We'll see what we got tonight.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super welterweight division. Your 3 judges scoring at ringside, Raul Caiz, Pat Russell, and Fernando Villarreal. And when the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge, Ray Corona. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trunks trimmed in white, he weighed in officially 155 pounds. He enters the ring tonight for the 19th time as a professional from Tamaulipas, Mexico. Here is Sergio Gonzalez. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with gold. He weighed in 149.8 pounds. In 3 fights as a young professional, he is perfect with 3 victories, all 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando el hijo invicto desde Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico, Jorge Scarface Estrada.
Right here, guys. Protector. This is good. Right here is a good. You want to touch gloves? Do it now. Si quieres. God bless.
Ray Corona, the 3rd man in the ring, as we get ready to go. Our second bout on Golden Boy Fight Night in Indio, California. There he is, 3-0, Jorge Estrada. All 3 of his fights have ended in the first round. Can he make it 4 in a row? Sergio Gonzalez, he's lost his last 5 fights, but his last fight, Bernard, in June, it only went 36 seconds.
36 seconds, I mean.
Oh, man, are we going to get any kind of rounds? I know the guys with the truck are like, "Oh, please, not if you're Estrada." He wants to end this quick. That's what he said he wants to do in front of his mom and dad who are watching him for the first time here in the United States. Estrada training in Southern California.
And Estrada also know that, you know, it doesn't hype him up to go the distance with this type of fighter. He has to do what he needs to do, and we expecting that. I think everybody else is expecting it also. but you never know in this boxing business.
Estrada with Pantera Boxing. This is trainer in his corner. State-of-the-art management group with Abe. They're taking care of him. This young man who showed up to the United States. He had one number. That was his aunt who lived in Southern California. Went with her to chase his boxing dream. Found a gym to train locally where he was living in Whittier through Instagram. Was working at a body shop, riding his bike 40 minutes to go to work and then go to the gym where he would run. So he'd go to work, come home, take a shower, run to the gym. Like, what about your bag? Like, well, put it on my backpack. The sacrifices young men make, Bernard.
Well, Gonzalez right now is setting himself up to be knocked down or knocked down. He has his head straight up in the air. Don't have a really good protection of himself when punches start coming. Once Estrada sees that, I believe this fight will probably be headed to the end because he's straight up. Gonzalez is straight up in the air, and he's basically just going back straight back, and that's not a good sign, especially early in the fight.
Overhand right from Estrada in the gold. He did his last fight at the Honda Center, fight that ended in the first round, and he just came out swinging in that first one. This is more of a relaxed, taking his time here in the first round for Estrada. He makes his DAZN debut. Oh, hook from Estrada lands. Marino, Gonzalez nods like, okay, you got me there. I see what you're talking about, Bernard. Way high.
Way high in his stance. Not only his neck going up to his head, his stance is high. He don't have any kind of bend forward or backwards. So when you have that type of style in front of you, you can basically throw anything, curve or straight, you're gonna hit your target.
Scheduled for 4 rounds. He lands a 1-2 upstairs. Final seconds of the opening round.
Estrada, he has to make, or Gonzalez has to make it ugly. He has to make it ugly. Yeah.
I love you, B-Hop. You just gave me that look. Why are you setting me up here? Pantera, we know that name. For the first time in his career, though, Estrada into the second round. Things have settled down for the young man here in Southern California now. He still lives in Los Angeles, but he found Pantera after a sparring session where he went to spar Pantera's fighter, and he's like, hey, I like your style. Why don't you, let's work together? And he's like, yeah, definitely. He's found a home there in Orange County.
Yes, I like his personality, and I also like what he said, how he wants to, keep going forward and get the right fights. But these are the type of fights with Gonzalez that he must go in there and do what he has to do and get it over with and get ready for the next tough challenge or the next level of talent. So, to me, there's no benefit in laying back when you can get the guy out if he feels that he needs to do it. He needs to do it right away, like right now with that right hand. Because look, you get ready for the next one. Anything can happen. Hopefully no cut, no hit, but anything that he can suffer. Estrada must now just execute and get out of there.
Yeah, don't play with your food, huh?
Don't play with your food.
Get out of there, Estrada. In the gold and black. Now he's starting to sit down on his punches here in the second round. 1, 2, 3 combination. Upstairs goes to the body. Left's a hook. But he gets tagged with the left and a right from Gonzalez, and that's what you're talking about, Bernard. Don't let him hang around.
He's making Gonzalez fight, and he picked it up, and that's what you need. I mean, he tried the first round just to see how things are going to go, but now he must just step on the gas pedal and let it happen and let his talents be shown. And if he's getting ready for the next one, then well be it. And to Gonzalez's credit, I mean, he's not trying to fight. He's trying to fight and defend himself the best way he can. But Estrada just so strong and so accurate and continue to put that pressure. And I think that's going to be the downfall of Gonzalez.
Get the Mariscos Jalisco sponsorship does Estrada. He married into the family. Helps work out the shrimp truck in East LA. He's like, nothing's accomplished yet. I got to do something in the boxing world, but I got to keep on working. He's headhunting, isn't he?
Very so. So, you know, again, you got to beat the body. The head's going to be there. And this is all the growth and development that we need to see at this stage.
Final seconds of the second round is scheduled for 4. Golden Boy Fight Night. Gonzalez corner. Benny Vasquez also got the veteran Cutman Saul Ochoa in his corner. Third round of action. Estrada in the gold. If you just joined us right now, thank you for joining us on Golden Boy Fight Night. Working our way towards the main event of Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin, and Daniel Rosas.
I would like to see Estrada now just commit himself to the body, especially when he's close enough to let both hands go, left and right hand or right and left hand. Either way, he can't miss the target. I think this will be to slow the process down of Gonzalez.
He's got the look, Bernard. He's got some tools. It's just a matter of putting it together now, especially when you're a young fighter.
Yes, he does have the tools, and once he put it together, you know, maybe it's a unsurety that he might think that it's not the punch at that time. But I think if he keep throwing his hands, he's going to hit the target.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, not one shot, not two shots. You got to let 2 or 3 punches go at one time. Because if the first 2 don't get it, the third one will.
And like we said in the beginning, Sergio Gonzalez with a record of 6-11-1. He makes it ugly. He makes you work, and it's kind of hard to hit him flush, isn't it?
He's a veteran in surviving, and look, that's what he has in his mentality, and that's what he's going to do. Nothing's going to change that. But what can change if Estrada works that body and bring those hands down and get ready, like I said, get ready to move to the next level.
A veteran in surviving. That's a great way to put it. And every now and then he'll sneak a punch in that lands.
And like, that's the sneakiness.
That veteran right there, right?
Yes, that's the sneakiest thing that Gonzalez can do. And he looked for his pockets to be able to throw punches real quick when it's unexpected. And Estrada's not prepared for it, and that's something he has to work on also. Right now, jab. He should be jabbing. He shouldn't let Gonzalez just walk in with his hands up. Beat that body, let those hands come down, and then sneak shots up top.
You see Gonzalez in the blue taking a deep breath. Okay, you're gonna let me catch my breath? Okay, thank you. More pressure, wouldn't you say?
Pressure with the jab behind it. None of that. Stab with that jab. And then when you get close enough, let those two hands go. If you hit him on his shoulder, if you hit him on his arm, his forearm, you're hitting a target. You're wearing his mechanics down. And these are the things that break down a fighter as time go on.
A little flurry at the end of the third. There's Estrada. It's a special night for him. For more on that, Randy Flores.
Yeah, 3 years ago, Estrada left everything behind in Mexicali, Mexico to chase his dream of becoming a pro boxer. And he told us in fighter meetings that he's risked everything for this opportunity and he has no choice but to win. Estrada will have some extra motivation as his parents, Jorge and Maribel Estrada, are here tonight watching their son fight for the first time in the United States.
And there you see his dad on the screen. He's standing up, the dad right across from us, Bernard. He has not sat down. I don't think anybody's gonna tell him, hey, sit down.
Filming. He's excited and he has a good reason to be. And, you know, Estrada got pressure on him because of that also. I mean, his parents here for the first time. He wants to be perfect, I believe. And you know what? He has to settle down mentally and then reflect that in his physical strategy to get Gonzalez out of there. And I think he can make a statement if he step on the gas pedal. If he don't let his hands go when it's needed at the right time, I believe this fight will be over. But he must put the pressure as he's doing now.
Fourth and final round for Jorge Estrada. The first time in his career he goes to the fourth round. Learning experience. Highlight reel knockouts in the first round. It's good for your ego, good for social media, but this is where you're going to get quality work. And
yes,
mention Gonzalez he's awkward, but he can be taken out. Bernard, you think?
Yeah, he can, but look, not easy though. As we see, Estrada is going to learn something. I mean, if I had to rate him from 1 to 10, I'd give him a 5. I give him a 5 based on not getting frustrated and sticking to the plan, but he must learn how to, as they say, pivot to do something else, to change the style that he's been showing Gonzalez for the first round.
I haven't really seen many combinations from Estrada. Definitely not the jab that you love. His fourth pro fight. Growing.
And he totally neglects the body shots. I mean, I see a little softness around Gonzalez. You must work that. You must put investments in that. The first 2 rounds, then you'll see how he's breathing. And then you execute up top. And that's what I didn't see from Estrada.
Controlling the fight, but yeah, great analysis. Bernard Hopkins, Hall of Famer. And as he progresses, these fighters can take shots upstairs like Gonzalez is showing. They got that chin.
This energy would have been great the first 2 rounds because I guarantee you Gonzalez will be acting different than what he's doing now. He's fighting now out of survival, but those rounds have to be invested early. Those punches in that round has to be invested too early.
Yeah, you said it. That first round about Gonzalez, he's a professional survivor. A learning experience tonight for Jorge Estrada on Golden Boy Fight Night. Final seconds of the fight. And for the first time in his career, Jorge Estrada goes the distance against Sergio Gonzalez, game fighter from Tamaulipas. For 4 good rounds, and it'll go to the judges' scorecards. highlights from this 4-round battle between Jorge Estrada and Sergio Gonzalez. Gonzalez B-Hop, 6-11-1. The undefeated Estrada 3-0. It should be the undefeated fighter controlling.
Yes, and Estrada came out with some energy, but they wasn't consistent. When he threw punches and he put the pressure, we seen results like this. I need him to go back, look at this tape, and watch the things that he should have done that would make the next couple of fights more controllable and
just he worked too hard tonight.
And he didn't have to. And these are the things that you learn from. These are the learning lessons that the young fighter today need to learn.
All right, so the judges are still getting their cards together. There you see Sergio Gonzalez. It's those veterans, the kind of guys you need in boxing, Bernard, where they make it difficult, but they make you work.
Hey, I had a couple of them. We all had those moments where this is part of the development also.
Sportsmanship between the two. Gonzalez corner tells him, hey, good job, good fight. Joe Martinez is inside the ring.
Well, fight fans, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge Raul Caiz scores this contest even, 38-38. Pat Russell and Fernando Villarreal have it 40-36. Your winner by majority decision, he is still undefeated, Jorge Scarface Estrada.
Majority decision for Jorge Estrada. He's now 4-0. For the first time in his career, goes the distance. Has to hear the judges' scorecards. But a good moment for this young man. He's from Mexicali, across the border, about 2 hours south of where we're at right here in Indio. And his parents here for him. So I think that might have had a factor too, Bernard, where he's been fighting, nobody was there. Now a lot of fans show up, more expectations, and he could have easily put more pressure on himself.
He did, and look at his parents here for the first time also. He knows that, and he talked about it, and that's on his mind. I mean, this was a lesson too that can help him further. Since he got over it, looking to see better and bigger things for him.
All right, let's look at the CompuBox numbers for the winner, Jorge Estrada. The final punch stats for this one, 47 total punches landed, 22% for Jorge Estrada. Over 200 punches thrown for the young man. He's got the Made in Mexico tattoo across his chest. Sergio Gonzalez was throwing too, so they batted back and forth. Our second fight of the night. 3 more to go. Oh, so Tudor and Estrada get the victories. Coming up next, Garcia Lorenzo, then the main event. Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield, Daniel Rosas. That's where B-Hop is rubbing his hands together. You can't wait for the main event, but we got 2 more to go before we get there, B-Hop. Oh, it's Thursday night in Indio. Next weekend in San Diego, the 619 Golden Boy on the road. It's a heck of a fight at 135 pounds. It's going to be Joseph Diaz Jr. taking on William Camarón Cepeda at Pechanga Arena in San Diego.
What he does best is combination punching, left and right hooks. Right there. Good combination work. Nice power.
Jojo Diaz, who did everything tonight.
He does not stop throwing punches. No, he doesn't stop coming, pressuring, cutting off the ring.
Joseph Jojo Diaz Jr.
William Camarón Cepeda.
Jojo and Camarón. That's going to be a heck of a battle next weekend in San Diego. Bernard, Jojo and Camarón Cepeda. That's a heck of a battle. two fighters you know very well. I'm not asking you to make a prediction or anything like that, but that's a fight the fans are going to win, isn't it?
Yes, and this is a fight Jojo Diaz can come out victory just as well as anyone else in this fight. And you know what? This is a fight that we need to not to close out the year or getting close to the year. I'm excited. The fans are excited in boxing.
And Jojo's a fighter. He's fought for the titles. He's had belts. He's now at 135 pounds. He's not going to back down from anybody. He'll take on Devin Haney. He'll call you out and go up against him. The attitude is what you love for the young man.
Not only that, too, that is what I love, but I also love his calling out of everybody in that division.
Yeah, and it's not fluff. He will take you on. And Camarón Cepeda from Mexico. He's a fighter that he's made some noise for himself. This is Jojo against Tevin Farmer. That was in Miami. And when you look at Jojo and Cepeda, it's like, okay, Golden Boys putting their own against each other. Bernard, this is a fight. When you go to San Diego next weekend, a lot of people are saying it could be 50-50.
Absolutely.
And Cepeda, the fighter from Mexico, a lot of power in those hands, doesn't he?
A lot of powers, and the way he plays those punches too, he makes them, be effective, and that's the key.
That's the key with Camarón Cepeda. He comes from Mexico and a lot of power, as Jojo's even said. Okay, you guys are, not everybody's picking me. Fine, let me show you. Camarón is a fighter where if the hardcore fans know about him, the casual fans are going to know about him, and he's a fan-friendly fighter, and that'll be next weekend on DAZN. Now let's look at the lightweight division. The champ is, according to Ring Magazine, Devin Haney. He's always fun to watch. He just had a big win also. Then Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, Pitbull Cruz, Cambosos. Jojo and Cepeda are right there at 6 and 7 in the Ring Magazine lightweight division. All right, so that's the 135-pound division. That's next weekend, Pechanga Arena in San Diego, right next to SeaWorld, so it'll be a lot of fun. It's a great venue to watch a boxing, a heck of a card coming your way. So that's Golden Boy at the end of October. For Bernard, the beginning of November, Zurdo Ramirez is going to Abu Dhabi, and that's going to be a fighter who's taking on Dimitri Bivol. 175-pound division, a division you know very well. Let's take a look at that fight.
The champion, fearless, born for the bright lights. The challenger, ruthless,
44-0.
ready for the challenge.
Ramirez has Bivol on his mind.
On November 5th, undefeated rivals come face to face. One must fall.
Bernard's watching that promo. He's over here throwing punches.
I'm so excited. You see me moving, right?
Yeah.
Look, Zotto has a great opportunity here. And you know what? It's not given. And he showed it leading up to this fight. I'm so excited for him to get this opportunity to become champion of the light heavyweight division, because the light heavyweight division is real hot.
Yeah, and Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez. Zurdo has been taking care of his mandatories to become the mandatory to fight Dimitri Bivol, a fighter that he's been wanting for a couple years ever since he went up to 175-pound division. Why would he want Bivol?
He wants the best because he believed that to be the best, you have to beat the best. And that's what we are at Golden Boy, and that's how we think at Golden Boy from a promotional standpoint and our fighters. And you know what? This is a chance that Zotto get a chance to show the world this how you lead the pack.
Zurdo Ramirez, 6'3", 175 pounds, had an excellent camp. He did his media day recently, but Bivol has been overseas for a while now. He's actually trained here in Coachella for this fight against Canelo. This is a man who's a machine, Bernard.
Look, he showed that he's credible, and he shows that he's the real deal. And Zotto has his hands full. But these are the challenges that get you ready for the Hall of Fame years of people talking before you get to that. But before we get to that, he must do things that is not expected by some. But you know what? We're expecting him to go get that title and bring it back.
If you want to be a Hall of Famer, you got to fight the best. Right now, the Ring Magazine light heavyweight division champion, vacant. Number 1, Bivol. Number 2, Better BF Zurdo comes in at 3. Then Callum Smith, Marcus Brown. November 5th, Abu Dhabi, live on the DAZN. Bevo and Zurdo Ramirez are going at it. All right, so we've had 2 fights done so far. 3 more to go here, working our way towards the main event. Golden Boy Fight Night is all about showing you tomorrow starts today. It's about giving young men an opportunity to shine. Joshua Garcia, he's not a Golden Boy fighter, but you guys like him, and he gets a chance to shine on DAZN, Bernard.
He gets a chance to shine on the Golden Boys card. And you know what? We are so glad to be partnered up with his team to be able to show his talent. And you know what? He has a great talent.
He has the talent as Manny Robles and Edgar Yasso Estrellita in his corner, but it's not going to be easy. He might be 5-0, but they're giving him a veteran fighter, Lorenzo, who has a newfound life. He took 7 years off because he didn't have the passion. Now he's back. He upset an opponent who was undefeated. Now he's like, oh, another one. Yeah, I might be 33, but I'm young, I'm fresh, and I'm hungry. Don't question me. He has Charles Huerta, a former Golden Boy fighter, who's now a trainer in his corner. Maywood Boxing on his side. These 2 gyms where they're at, separated by a few blocks, Bernard. It should be a good one. And that's coming up next. Golden Boy Fight Night here in Indio, California. Let's look at the tail of the tape for this fight. Fantasy Springs has Kid Austin on the billboards. Even the Temptations and Four Tops coming up. But right now it's Joshua Garcia, 5-0, but he's 20 years old. Christian Lorenzo, 3-3, but those fights were years ago. Matter of fact, one of his fights was a decade ago here inside Fantasy Springs. That's the tail of the tape for this fight as Garcia has the advantage in the height. Let's go to our ring announcer, Joe Martinez.
Well, fight fans, we're set to go with the next fight tonight. 4 rounds of the super featherweight division. And ready to make his way to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. Here is Christian Lorenzo. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, here is Moreno Valley's own undefeated Joshua Garcia!
So Garcia's nickname is El Americano, the American.
El Americano.
Okay, you're from born in the United States. It's because of the song that he's coming out to. It's called El Americano. I just like that song, so he took the song and made it his nickname. Hey, boxing, you can do whatever you want, B-Hop.
That's what happens in boxing. And look, when you're winning, people catch on it real quick. So you got to continue to keep winning and create your own personality, and people will follow you.
Yeah, I'm working with an Executioner. I'm working with Alien.
B-Hop and all the other stuff.
Most importantly, though, Hall of Famer. Let's get that one.
See, that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But this is going to be really an action-packed. There's going to be some punches thrown here. Both guys are confident.
We're going to, he doesn't speak English, so I'm going to be speaking both English and Spanish.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this fight is good for 4 rounds in the super featherweight division. Your 3 judges scoring at ringside are Raul Caiz, Pat Russell, and Fernando Villarreal. When the action begins inside the ring, referee in charge, Ray Armendariz. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks trimmed in blue. He weighed officially 128 pounds even. In 6 professional fights, his record also even. 3 victories, 3 defeats, 1 win coming by way of knockout from Los Angeles, California. Here is El Niño, Christian Lorenzo. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. Where's tonight? Blue trunks trimmed in copper. He weighed in 130 pounds even. In 5 fights, his record perfect with 5 victories, no defeats. 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated super featherweight from Moreno Valley, California, El Mexicano, Joshua Garcia.
It is hard to figure out. Center ring. All right. Trunks are good on both sides, guys. Ya te di instrucciones en el camerino. I give you instructions in the dressing room. Espero que me des una pelea limpia. Protégete a todo tiempo. Obedézcame. Obey my commands at all time. Protect yourself at all time. Touch gloves if you guys want. Back to your corners.
Ray Armendariz is the 3rd man in the ring. The super featherweight battle ready to go. Undefeated. Joshua Garcia, 20 years old, 5-0, 3 KOs. Christian Lorenzo, 3-3.
Hágase para atrás. Go back a little bit.
Interesting story. We'll get into that one. It's scheduled for 4 rounds. Manny Robles trains Joshua Garcia. He's known him since he was a kid. He's worked with them. I asked Manny, why would you take on Christian Lorenzo, a very tough fighter? He said, we have to find out what we got. He's 20 years old. He's 5-0. You can't give him anything easy. What do we have? So tonight, we're going to find out about him. I'm very confident in my fighter, but what are we doing here? We're not babysitting. It's time to go. And that's what this Golden Boy Fight Night is all about, Bernard, that attitude.
Yeah, you got to put him in, put up a shut up. And tonight is one of the reasons you've seen fights like this, whether it's a 4-round fight, 6-round fight, or whatever round it is. You're going to see that mentality of both fighters having a chance to prove tonight who's the best.
Watch the heads, cuidado con la cabeza, hijos.
The 20-year-old in baby blue, the 33-year-old Christian Lorenzo. Took a 7-year break from boxing. But he went through a divorce and just didn't want anything to do with boxing because he wasn't in the right mental state. Got to work, and here he is, back in the gym. He said he would go to the gym to train just to stay in shape, but no desire to fight up until last year.
Yeah, Lorenzo, real scrappy. Look at the punches he's throwing, the combinations. He's really coming in and putting pressure and going back just to set up a counter punch if he can see that opportunity coming. But Lorenzo is a very, very active fighter. You can see he's coming both ways. He's punching with both hands. And that's going to be key for him to be successful.
Easily the most experienced fighter that young Joshua Garcia has taken on. Moves around nice though, there's a 20-year-old.
I'd like to see Joshua throw that straight sneaky right hand after that jab because he's not fighting in the distance he's supposed to fight. That's why he got hit with the right hand, because he's crouching down. Look at his stance and look at his height. There's no way in the world he should be trying to be the same size as his opponent.
Let him go.
5'9" is Joshua Garcia in baby blue. Lorenzo is 5'5", and he makes himself even shorter, and he's landing that left hook as Garcia lands a hook of his own. Both fighters going to the body.
Lorenzo right there should be throwing that jab with combinations and keeping a distance where he has to reach him. Joshua has to reach to catch him or
for the bell, guys.
Try to go to the body.
Estrellita here, Hasso. It's a family affair. Manny Robles, who used to fight for Golden Boy a couple years ago. He's now into the family business as the second in the corner. Manny Robles, his father, in there. So they have young Joshua Garcia up against Christian Lorenzo. Lorenzo trained by Mando Huerta and Charles Huerta, Maywood Boxing. So you get the good work.
You're getting good work, and guess what?
Does he want to be trading with the veteran?
No, he don't. He want to fight his fight, and he's making it more tougher than it should be. And let's not take nothing away from Lorenzo. It's just, Garcia now is just fighting a small man's fight.
You don't like that?
This is where he need to be with that 1-2, but he need to be in the center of the ring where he got the leverage to do what? To have room to operate. See that stiff jab? Those punches there be effective if he's more active as he's doing now. And this is where his advantage becomes greater for him.
Lorenzo is, as he said, I'm fighting to put food on the table, literally. He, along with his family, have a food stand in South Central Los Angeles, selling Mexican food. Said he works at night, has their stand, taking care of the community, gets done late at night, wakes up early to go do his road work, and he's now back in the gym. He said it's gym, help the family, gym, help the family, and that's it. He said a win tonight could change his life because it puts him back in a different perspective. It puts him back into people's eyes.
He has that gritty mentality, and also, you know, what he's overcoming and still continue to fulfill his dreams and his goals of being a champion one day. And, you know, these guys are hard to beat mentally and physically. You're going to have to prove it to them, and that's what Garcia has to do right now.
Suéltelo, suéltelo. Manos libres.
Minute to go in the third round. Garcia and Lorenzo. The young man who's trying to figure out the game. A veteran. He's trying to school the young man. A decade ago, Lorenzo was in this venue on the undercard. Corey Spinks and Cornelius Bundrich. Aries Landilado was on that card. He opened it up. Like, what do you think about that?
He was excited.
What a crazy career boxing is.
And both guys know where they need to be. Lorenzo knows he needs to be inside.
10 seconds, guys.
Garcia knows he needs to be a little step backwards so he can get those punches because of his long arms.
Listen for the bell now. Listen for the bell.
And done with 3.
Hey, wait, ¿andas cansado? ¿Por qué no estás tirando más entonces? Quiero que tire con todo, no afloje nada. Este güey no da nada.
Joshua Garcia is from Moreno Valley, longtime boxing fan. He's been coming to these Golden Boy Fight Night shows since he was a kid. And in fact, back in 2018, he came to watch Ryan Garcia fight. And Josh went right up to Golden Boy's matchmaker, Roberto Diaz, and said, hey, I'm going to fight for you one day. I'm going to fight for Golden Boy. And here he is fighting on the Golden Boy undercard here in Indio, California. So I guess dreams really do come true in Fantasy Springs, guys.
He also came to watch Virgil Ortiz make his pro debut as the Golden Boy High. Oh, is that B-Hop? Oh, it is. Hopkins.
Got my shot with him because I seen the talent. I see that prospect is not a suspect.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth and final round.
A good battle, fourth and final round. Joshua Garcia, Christian Lorenzo, and Lorenzo coming out aggressive in the white trunks.
Both guys might have been told that this fight is close, so go get this round because they fighting like it, and they both trading. And right now, I see it as a close fight.
Lorenzo coming out like a bull. One-two from Garcia. Well, if you're going to tell Roberto Diaz, Golden Boy matchmaker, I'm going to fight for you one day, you better put on a show. Here in the fourth round. He's not signed to Golden Boy, but it's an opportunity to open up some eyes.
I mean, I definitely see the talent, and also see the urgency of trying to make a statement right now.
And Garcia starting to pour it on here, sitting down at his punches. As Lorenzo up against the ropes getting hit. He moves away.
And I think Lorenzo really felt that overhand right.
Yeah. Looked like a couple shots landed. That right deflected, but he gets through. Lorenzo came out really aggressive to start the round and slowed down here midway through the fourth and final.
Stop. I got you. Don't punch. Box.
Both guys got to be arm worried because they both was throwing leather for the last 2 rounds. And now this is going to muster down who won it the most, who won it in this round. Exciting, knowing that they got a good chance on maybe squeaking out a close decision.
Yeah, it's been close the entire time. From the opening bell, Garcia and Lorenzo going back and forth. Let us a minute to go in the fight. Golden Boy fight now, our third battle. A good one.
Both combinations, both guys was effective. Very minimum body shots in this fight. A lot of head shots. Nobody committed to the body like I expect them to do.
Fight winding down.
Stop.
Final seconds of the fight. Garcia and Lorenzo. Lorenzo lands a shot. Is that going to be enough as they go back and forth? And that'll do it. 4 good rounds. Kind of wish we had more, Bernard.
Yeah, I mean, it was just heating up.
Thank you, sir.
Team Garcia. He's 5-0. Goes the distance. His crowd making noise for him, for the 20-year-old. He said, I'm gonna fight at Indio. He certainly did. Let's look at the highlights from this fight, Bernard.
I mean, it's action-packed from round 1 to the end of the round. Both fighters really letting their hands go. No one was shy of punching each other. Both of these guys were trying to establish respect, and they both threw punches. There's a lot of energy, high energy fight round by round by round. There was a break every now and then, but they got back to work as you see here. Both guys. And a lot of these rounds, at least 2 of these rounds out of the 4, was to me, is pretty close.
And in the 4th round, Bernard, it was action.
It was to start off like it ended. Punches being thrown, combinations being thrown, and both receiving the same amount of punishment in the 4th round.
Send him to the center. Mondo.
Joe Martinez, let's go.
All right, good fight, guys. Good fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. One more time, Indio, show your appreciation for both of these young warriors inside the ring tonight. And here are the judges' scoring totals. Pat Russell has it 40-36. Raul Caiz and Fernando Villarreal score it 39-37. All for your winner by unanimous decision. He is still undefeated from Moreno Valley, El Americano, Joshua Garcia.
His trainer said, what are we doing? Time to find out what we got. We got a young man who's now 6-0. What'd you like, Bernard?
Determination and continue to still fight, even though I think he fought a small man fight, but he made those adjustments. Well-deserved win.
So Joshua Garcia, El Americano. Dream come true for the young man to fight on a Golden Boy show, and here he is now taking the team picture. So El Americano now 6-0. Christian Lorenzo falls to 3-4. Final punch stats. It was close. They both were just throwing, Bernard.
Yeah, letting punches go. Look at the stats. The stats speak for itself. I mean, both guys got high numbers, and it was letting their hands go. A lot of that's condition and determination. And one guy came up short, and the other guy came up on top. Joshua.
Fight card, main event is Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin taking on Daniel Rosas. Anabel Ortiz Avispa takes on Maria Santizo coming up next. So far wins for Tudor Estrada, and we just saw Garcia defeat Christian Lorenzo. Tonight's fight card is what we just saw. For more on tonight, our reporter, the ace reporter, Brandy Flores.
And it is widely known that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And this month specifically hits home for Oscar de la Hoya as his mother, Cecilia, lost her battle with breast cancer years ago. And she received treatment at the White Memorial Hospital in East Los Angeles. And back then, Oscar was blown away by the level of treatment and respect and just love that the hospital gave to his mother and his family. So much so that Oscar, when he had the means, was able to give back to the hospital and is now a regular donor to White Memorial. And in fact, they've named a wing after his mother called the Cecilia Gonzalez de la Hoya Cancer Center. Countless women have had their lives saved and a second chance at one at that, thanks to the efforts of Oscar de la Hoya. And we hear from two of them who got to thank Oscar himself.
Cancer is obviously deadly. We all know it. And you know, there's a lot of people who are fighting it. There's a lot of people who are winning. But unfortunately, there's struggle. There's shortage of funds. There's shortage of awareness. We must continue the fight. That's basically it.
In 2 weeks, I had a bilateral mastectomy, meaning they removed both of my breasts. And within a month, started chemotherapy. And then I did that for about 7 months, I believe. And then I did another 3 months of radiation treatment, 5 days a week for 3 months. I came here to the cancer center, and this is where I met like all the most amazing people ever. It was probably the best experience, even though it was a scary moment for me, just being here with these nurses and doctors. It just made my journey so much more easier.
Es muy importante porque te da la oportunidad de saber que te pueden atender para poder prevenir, para saber que detectarlo a tiempo te da una esperanza de vida.
It's a fight that it might be never ending, but hey, at least people feel like they have somebody in their corner who is with them through thick and thin.
A lot of members here in the community, they're scared when they hear the word cancer. When they reach out to me, I tell them, you know, it doesn't mean you're going to die, because that's what we all think. I thought the same thing. I thank God that White Memorial's here. I thank God that the Cecilia de la Hoya Cancer Center is here for us.
October is a big reminder of what I went through, what I'm going through, what a lot of people have gone through, and it hasn't been easy, but if we can continue to fight, to chip away, hopefully one day, we can say, hey, finally, cancer, it's no longer a thing. It hasn't been easy, but all we can do is just chip away.
And as we continue to spread awareness and talk about breast cancer awareness throughout the broadcast, we have the Golden Boy himself joining us later in the show to talk about what this means to him and an amazing contribution he just made again to White Memorial Hospital. Back to you guys ringside.
Thank you, Brandy. And you see the Golden Boy logo and the sponsors in pink tonight here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. Back here ringside, Beth Duran alongside Bernard Hopkins. And we do have our pink, we have our ribbons, and we know it's a disease that affects a lot. And really cool feature there to hear the women tell their stories. And we'll be, like Brandy said, we'll be talking with Oscar later on tonight about that. And, Golden Boy has been a big proponent of the sport of boxing for women. And a lot of the promoters are doing a good job promoting the women. We've seen some great fights here on DAZN featuring the ladies. And tonight's co-feature is going to feature a former world champion, Avispa, who comes to us from Mexico, taking on fighter from Guatemala, and that's the co-feature, and they know each other. Kind of. They've trained at the same gym, yes. Bernard, not at the same time, but they've seen each other, and this is a fight that we knew was eventually going to happen. It doesn't seem like they respect much each other.
When you're that close, I know someone was spying on each other, and you know what? It's some tension, and that tension is going to show tonight.
Yeah, so her last couple fights, Avispa, who comes from Mexico, former champion, she had 7 defenses, fought Marlene Esparza. She also fought Cenisa Estrada. So she went at it, Anabel Ortiz. So she knew that she was a champion. But Bernard, she was telling us that she might have been a champion, but she didn't love boxing.
Yeah,
that can affect you.
And that can affect you, but she never really showed it in her performance, and that shows that it's more there for her to display to us and to the world.
Yeah, Anabel Ortiz, 32-5, is the co-main in the light flyweight division. Her opponent, Maria Santizo, who fought recently on the Golden Boy show from Guatemala, was training in Vegas. Here she is now. Santizo, very confident. She's 9-1, but as she says, the last time I was on the Golden Boy show, the competition stepped up. I learned a lot about myself, but B-Hop, she isn't acting like she's a B-side, a dangerous fighter.
No, she's definitely not acting like she's coming in here to be a B. She's coming in to be an A based on our conversation yesterday. And you know what? We talked about it. She talked about it. Now, let's see her manifest it. Let's see, is she really meant what she says she's going to do and be?
And she went up in weight because this is the fight that she wants. This isn't even her division. That's how bad she wanted to fight against Anabel Ortiz. The co-main coming your way between the ladies. Ortiz and Santizo here. Golden Boy Fight Night on DAZN. Let's look at the tail of the tape. Oh, it's a beautiful evening, Coachella. Before we get to the tail of the tape, guys, let's just enjoy that seating right there. Anabel Ortiz, La Avispa, the Wasp. She's 36 years old. Both these ladies a little bit over 5 foot, and they went back and forth with each other. And then at the weigh-in yesterday, they got a little too close. They shoved each other. Bernard had to get in between them. And the ladies, we asked them about that in the fighter meeting. They're like, yeah, I really don't want to talk about it. They don't know each other, but they don't like each other. And that's our co-feature coming up next year from the Coachella Valley in Southern California. The tail of the tape. There you see it. Now it's time for the ladies to go battle Joe Martinez. Bring him in.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with our co-featured bout this evening. 8 rounds of boxing. This is the light flyweight division. And ready to make her way to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, here is Maria Santizo. To the ring, hailing from Mexico City, Mexico, here is Anabel Ortiz.
You got a mouth guard?
Anabel Ortiz, Mexico City's own. Co-main tonight. And then she has the Fundora family behind here. Sebastian and his sister, Gabriela, walking in with her. Former WBA minimum weight champion, 12 successful defenses in 7 years.
adjust for 5 times, get some pictures, right? He's straight behind him.
Joe Martinez, let's hear it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with our co-main event this evening. 8 rounds of boxing, this in the light flyweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside, Raul Caiz, Pat Russell, and Fernando Villarreal. And when the action begins, your referee in charge inside the ring, Thomas Taylor. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks, she weighed in officially 106.6 pounds. In 11 fights, her record outstanding with 10 victories, just 1 defeat, 6 wins coming by way of knockout, hailing from Guatemala City, Guatemala, la imparable Maria Santizo! And across the ring stands her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing white trunks trimmed in navy blue, she weighed in 108 pounds even. In 37 professional fights, she brings an outstanding record, standing at 32 victories, just 5 defeats, 4 wins coming by way of knockout, presentando la hija de Ciudad de México, México, la avispa, Anabel Ortiz!
Angel, I'm gonna need you to talk for me.
Great job. That's perfect.
Okay, belt line is good on this side. Belt line's high over here, coach. So we're gonna get to the to the middle of the paint, middle of the letters. All right. You got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner.
Tom Taylor, an excellent referee here in California. He's the 3rd person in the ring as we get ready to go our co-main Golden Boy Fight Night.
We're good.
Former champion Anabel Ortiz. Her opponent, Maria Santizo. It's personal for Santizo. Ortiz, like, okay, yeah, I guess for you, not for me. That been there, done that attitude from Anabel Ortiz. Females with 2-minute rounds, scheduled for 8. Light flyweight division. So why is Santizo pestering Ortiz? She would go to the same gym where Ortiz would train and was sparring with all of Ortiz's sparring partners and doing well, according to her. She said, and one day I wanted to spar, and we said, yeah, we'll do it, and it never happened. This was a couple years ago, and now it's become like, oh, okay, we're gonna fight one day. All right, let's go. And this is, as Santizo say, a big opportunity for her because it's the fight that she wants. It's personal for her. Bernard, you ever had that where somebody just kept coming after you and you didn't even know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you never know who's watching. You never know who's close by. Like you said, the gyms were so close to each other. And people talk, and, you know, you got sparring people that you spar with on both sides of the gym. And they be like, you know, such and such want to spar with you, or this person want to spar with you. But these things are the things that goes on in every gym, no matter where you live. Yes.
What they say in Spanish, the cheese man, the gossip. Overhand right from Santizo, blocked. Sinisa Estrada, common fighter of both. Santizo was stopped by Estrada. Ortiz went the distance with her, but that was a fight that Sinisa controlled. Excellent fighter, Sinisa Estrada, champion. And the thing about that is Ortiz and Santizo are battling here. They both want to get back to the opportunity to fight for the titles.
Yeah, you both are throwing punches and trying to gain respect early to set the pace for the later rounds if it goes that far. But both of them are throwing punches that can hurt each other.
Listen for the bell, ladies. Time right there.
Con movimiento de cintura, pero lo que la mandaron, yo siento que la mandaron a boxearte, ¿sí? Entonces estamos nosotros en el error de estar parados ahí, pero no movemos la cintura, mami. Entonces sí, pasitos laterales, pero con movimiento de cintura para que lo acorten más rápido, ya sea de este lado o de este lado. Pero cuando estemos ya a la distancia para poder pegar al cuerpo, vamos a pegar al cuerpo, ¿ok? ¿Cómo la sientes? Ok, no te me descuides para nada.
Y no vas teniendo el pelo.
Este round un poquito más activa. La izquierda no se la quita de encima.
I want you more active here. This is what Manuel Lopez is telling La Avispa Ortiz.
Number 2.
They also told her, hey, they sent her to box. You're expecting her to be rugged, so Santizo switching up the expectations. Ortiz corner telling also to just move around more. Mexican fighter with the red gloves. Think about Ortiz. The Wasp is the nickname. She held the belt from 13 to 21 in the WBA minimum weight division. She also had 8 non-title defenses just to get the fights, as she said.
Right, she definitely has the experience and the demeanor to continue to put mental pressure, as you see the focus on her face and also her punches being thrown from left to right.
Watch your heads, ladies. Watch your heads.
The thing about Ortiz, in world title fights, she just would go after it. She had 172 championship rounds coming into this fight.
And she know how to pace herself because of those experience that she had for the rounds that she had been in experience also.
And Ortiz, when you hold that belt for so long, Bernard, and you're, as she said, you wanted to fight other fighters in that division, it just didn't happen. But when you're holding that belt, you're your own motivation. You have to push yourself. That's hard at times.
Yeah, you all the time, right? And day in and day night, you got to continue to push your mental, and also, you know, you never can really have a letdown. You got to go in there protecting those belts, and also getting those big paydays that comes with that.
Final seconds of the second round. Our co-main scheduled for 8. Golden Boy Fight Night in Indio, California.
Hi. Way to hold up. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Just tell her, watch your head a little bit on the inside for me, all right? Hey, Fernando, next round, if you don't mind. Let's go, seconds out, mouthpiece in. See that mouthpiece? Number 3. Number 3. Back up for me.
Third round of action scheduled for 8. Anabel Ortiz in the white. Maria Santizo from Guatemala. Chapin, who trains in Mexico, she said, because that's where the boxing is. Guatemala not known for their boxing. Both these ladies, active. They will compete in different events, just anything that's an athletic competition, they go after it. Santizo, when her fight against Denise Estrada was called to her, she said, this is great. But in the beginning of her career, said she would go to fights and wonder if she was going to get a check sometimes. Other fights where she showed up and it was like, well, wait a minute. Oh, you thought you were going to get paid for this? Early on in her career, and to fight on a Golden Boy show in that manner where you go to the airport and Art and Cuñado are picking you up. She's like, wait a minute, why are you touching my luggage? She wasn't used to that.
She wasn't used to it, and she came up hard. She came up appreciative of where she at and what she had to go through to get here.
Yep.
And you'll see that as she continued to try to work her way inside. Having little problems because of the style and the movement. But, you know, eventually I think that when she gets down to the body and get down and cutting the ring off, then I think you'll see a different outcome.
Knockouts not known for either lady. Ortiz will box you, cut you up, control the fight. Only 4 KOs in her 37 fights. But in the fighter meetings, both of them had a little smirk of, I'm going to sit down on my punches. I'm going to go after it.
Man, Ortiz, that's what she's doing and she's been doing. Listen, she flat-footed. Every punch she throws is flat-footed and they hard. Just like now, the overhand right. And she's backing up because she heard the 30 seconds. But yeah, Ortiz fights like this, inside and scrappy.
Time right there.
Our main event, there he is, Kid Austin, 20-year-old Floyd Schofield, 11-0, 9 KOs. Got Ronnie Shields in his corner along with his father, Floyd. Charismatic young man. Saw him on a Golden Boy show earlier this year in Texas. And after that, the deal was signed. We'll talk more about that later, but that's our main event coming up next. Golden Boy Fight Night. Schofield against Rosas. Let's look at the highlights from the last round, Bernard.
Yeah, wide left hook. Ortiz then a wide right hand. And again, when she puts those punches together, but shorten them up, not as distance, she would have a more effective.
Number 4, back up for me. Let's go.
I mean,
Schedule for 8. Sorry, Bernard.
Excuse me, no. There's no secret what Ortiz has to do to get inside. Pull her way inside and just punch away, because I think that's going to be the key from now on. I think she just has to go ahead and just dog it out. Just let it happen. Just let her hands go.
Like Ortiz looks like she's seeing everything, isn't it?
Yeah, she did. But if she wait to see something different, rounds go by, time go by. And I think that she's in good shape as far as the scorecards. But I think she must make a statement the way she said and do things like this. Let both hands go though.
Landing some good power shots is Ortiz. And pushing back Santiz, almost bullying her in that ring. Santiz was coming, but she's getting tagged as she comes in. Again. So with the left from La Avispa
Don't push
Ortiz.
off on that forearm.
And being a champ for so long, controlling your division.
Look over arm, look over
for
the arm.
Ortiz, it's nothing new.
I mean, she's seen many styles and been there, done that. And now it's just literally what she wants to do. And I think the best commercial is to finish them, is to finish what's in front of her. And people like that, that's what sells. And that will make people keep her on their mind.
Ortiz lost to Marlena Esparza in December of 2021.
Hang on.
Lost to Sinisa in March of 2021. It's a tough year for her.
It was a tough year. And look, Sinisa is no joke. I mean, that was a ball burner fight. They really was throwing punches at each other every round.
Yeah, and a fight that Sinisa controlled.
Yes.
It was a fun fight.
Time right there. Thank you, sir.
Vamos a tratar de empezar con la izquierda, ¿verdad? Usa ganchitos de izquierda también, arriba y abajo. La picaste abajo. La picaste abajo y le dolió, María. Tú pegas fuerte, vamos a aprovecharnos de eso.
Es que haces combinaciones, ganchos y vuela.
Perfectos. Ahora vamos a trabajar más uppers. Ya upper de derecha, porque ella está entrando de frente, la vamos a pescar ahí. ¿Oíste? Pero necesito que estés... No te avientes, mami. Ahí las dos entraron y tú sacaste la peor parte.
Come and attack. I need you to throw uppers.
And you see the left hook come, but she waited and then threw the right hand. That's why she got countered.
And you saw her trainer tell her, be smart.
Out, mouthpiece in.
That's Manuel Lopez, her Avispa tell her, be smart. You're coming in.
Number 5, back up for me.
5th round, scheduled for 8. Anabel Ortiz, we've talked about her being a champion, but Bernard, she was a champion that hated it. She didn't like boxing, she told us in the fighter meetings. Said she did it because it was her job, and as soon as the fight was over, she got out of the ring and went home as soon as possible. Even after wins, didn't enjoy it, that it was a chore to go to the gym.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me this wasn't your best? But yeah, she did say that, and And, you know, she was really confident about what she was talking about and what she experienced.
And you've heard a lot of fighters over the years that say, oh, I box, but I don't like boxing. And she really didn't like boxing. So she thought she was done after the Marlene fight. Went back to the gym, and the girls that she helps train were saying, no, you inspire us.
And that sparked the love back. That sparked, like, I got to do this for them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think what motivation do you need other than doing it for a good cause like that, where you're motivating people because you're not bailing out.
Yep.
You're staying in it.
And you're motivating the girls in your gym, and the rise of the female boxing game. You know, it's very important. A trailblazer in it, breaking down barriers, especially in Mexico. You know what? I'm gonna give it one more shot. As she said, for the first time in my career, I'm fighting for myself.
She having fun. She enjoying it. I mean,
it's something about that where it's all about you finally, because for so many years, for so long, you do it for everybody else. As the 5th round winding down.
Listen for that
Anabel
bell.
Ortiz, Maria Santizo, our co-feature. Golden Boy Fight Night. We're done with 5. Bethel Duran, Bernard Hopkins, our 3rd member of the crew, Brandy Flores.
5, but for this one, in order to fight Ortiz, they said it had to be at 108. And Santizo said, I don't care, I'd fight her at 112, but she wanted Ortiz. Ortiz and her fight in the same gym. And Santizo said that she was stopping girls that Ortiz would spar with. So she has all the confidence in the world tonight. But talking to her reporter in between rounds, they're saying that Santizo needs to hit the body more. Ortiz has been in way too many wars, and they need to start wearing her down.
Hey.
Hit the body more, B-Hop.
Tenemos el juego, ¿ah? Y lo tenemos trazado. Hágalo, hágalo. Necesito que lo haga.
Here's the body shots. And straight right hand first. And I think a body shot got in at the end. But they straight shots coming. The right hand, a lot of looping punches.
Let's go.
I caught the end of Santizo's corner where they told her, we have the game plan, do it. And she's coming in and getting tagged, Bernard. That hook lands from Anabel Ortiz.
Yeah, but it's a really wide, long hook that really don't have that much power. Become dangerous if she shorten that hook up and catch her coming in. And then Ortiz will say, okay, I hurt her. And that's where it's going to be a big problem later. But look, her style is really awkward. Both styles are awkward, and they're not accommodating each other. So whoever settles down and start working to the body, then I believe you're going to see some results.
Ortiz telling us that now when she goes to fights, I enjoy it. And even yesterday during our fighter meeting, she smiled for the first time and told, like, where's this been? She's like, well, I actually enjoy doing it now.
And she just got clipped with a good straight right hand.
Let that arm go, let that arm go.
Because she missed and threw a wild punch and got off balance, and that's why she got hit with that shot there. She gave that opportunity.
All right, let's go.
Ortiz even locking in. Said that her 2 daughters will text her, Mom, I miss you. She's like, well, I don't. I'm here to fight. I'm enjoying it, not having to take care of you right now. So for the first time, putting herself first. Looking like she's controlling this fight as Anabel Ortiz with 30 seconds to go in the 6th round. Mexican fighter in white.
Listen for the bell. Listen for that bell. Time right there.
That'll do it for the round. Our co-main, Anabel Ortiz, Maria Santizo. Golden Boy Fight Night in Indio, California. 5 fights total. This is fight number 4, but the fight opened up with Eric Tudor. Let's take a look at our Torres Brandy shot of the night. Oh, the body shot from Eric Tudor. Attacking the body, 2 knockdowns, and then Finally, referee Tom Taylor jumping in to stop the fight. Our Torres Brandy shot of the night, Eric Tudor. Oh, the pull. Oh, it's beautiful. Here in Indio, California, Fantasy Springs. It's October, but it was still in the 90s today. Great venue, great location for fight night. And Anabel Ortiz in the corner from Mexico City. The former champ says she wants to retire as a champion. She wants to win a WBC belt in Mexico. I want to go out on my own terms. Well, here she is in the 7th round. She's going to win tonight and hopefully get her a shot at a belt.
2 more rounds to let it out. And they both look in pretty good condition when it comes to their win and endurance. I don't see anybody breathing hard. I don't see anybody extremely exhausted. So I think they should let these rounds, let these hands go, especially Ortiz, because of her second birth of a career that she wants to leave a legacy.
Well, Bernard, you're the perfect example of chasing a championship later on in your career, because you were 45 years old when you won a belt, and you and Avispa Ortiz had that connection where she's like, I might be 37, but I don't feel old. And you looked at her like, okay, there's something about you right now.
Yes, because, you know, been watching her and seeing her performance, even when she didn't come through and lost fights here and won fights there. I mean, she's a veteran. She knows how to fight. She knows how to get in position to be effective. And you know what? When you had that spirit and the calls that she said, remember, she was going to bail out, and she was encouraged by the future behind her, saying, wait a minute, what are you doing? And that sparked her. You put all these things together, you have a potion of success going forward.
And as you get older, they always say the wisdom finally shows up, and a slip down.
Let me go.
You get that wisdom and you appreciate the moments and you lock in even more.
True, true.
What's that line? The youth is wasted on the young. You want to appreciate what's going on, and Anabel Ortiz has that attitude as we head to the 8th and final round.
No, tienes que ser inteligente y no entrar así, mami.
You have to be intelligent, don't go in like that.
Sí, pero porque tú entraste, tú te aventaste, mami.
You went
no
like
tienes
that.
por qué hacer eso.
You don't have to do
Estás
that.
trabajando muy bien a la distancia, la estás recibiendo muy
You're
bien.
working for the
no
distance.
tienes por qué entrar así.
There's no need for
Quiero
going
que
in
me
the middle.
trabajes más a la distancia, recibirla y muévete.
Work the distance
Así como lo estabas
and then
haciendo.
move.
¿Oíste?
You hear me?
Escúcheme. ¿Qué va a hacer ahorita?
Quiero este round. Quiero este round.
I want this round.
Lo quiero.
I want it.
Es tu último round. ¿Quieres
agua?
gloria o qué quieres?
Gloria.
¿Te quieres arrepentir mañana porque no hiciste suficiente? ¿Quieres llegar a Guatemala a llorar otra vez?
You want to go to Guatemala and cry?
Entonces sal y dame el máximo, María.
You have to give it all. There's no instruction, it's just more motivation. They're like, do you want to feel bad tomorrow?
Well, fight fans, here we go, the 8th and final round.
So Santizo's corner is doing the mind game of motivation of like, do you want to go back to your country and cry like you did last time? Wow.
I mean, they got to be under the impression that this fight is close, and I'm not saying it's not close, but I think Ortiz is winning the fight and control the fight from at least the 2nd round on.
And Ortiz's trainer, Manuel Lopez, telling her, hit and move, keep your distance. And they told Santizo in black, essentially, let it all go. Eighth and final round in our co-feature. Santizo lands a good shot upstairs.
Good job.
Female boxing on the rise. We've seen all-female cards recently. We'll see Marcelo Musino next weekend on the Golden Boy show in San Diego with JoJo and Cameron Cepeda.
Stop. No punch. Hey, you pulling it in though, all right? Let's go.
Santizo, you see her, Bernard, trying to load up and let it go.
Yes, and I've seen nice short uppercut also. I mean, this round has been one of those rounds where they both trying to like make a statement to hurt each other, or at least to win that round. Ortiz is really preserving her energy and waiting to see if she can get a big shot in there, which I think that is smart, without to risk yourself doing something that's not going to benefit you. I think she already got the fight in the bag.
They go the distance, 8 rounds between the two ladies, and love to see the sportsmanship, the professionalism. Some animosity yesterday at the weigh-in. Not today, after the fight is done. Hugs all around. Santizo goes back to her corner. Doesn't look exactly too happy, Bernard. It's gonna go to the judges' scorecard.
Nice job, guys. Pero ya viste.
Avispa Ortiz.
Nice job in there.
Both ladies. Neither jumping up and down, neither giving an impression. They know it was a good battle back and forth. Let's look at the highlights of our co-main that went 8 rounds in the light flyweight division.
Back and forth action. Both fighters are throwing punches. It's a lot of punches. I mean, I like to see the punch copybacks, because both fighters have really threw a lot of punches and a lot of connections in those punches. And there's a lot of nutrition in this fight, a lot of energy. They both was in good shape, and they both displayed it by throwing punches. But I believe Ortiz threw the most effective punches, which really counts. And as you see with those punches, straight left hands. But also, you've seen she receiving punches and getting hit with good shots like that. But I don't think she was moved by them. I think she was more shocked than anything. But it was a lot of energy, a lot of fight, and a lot of action. Every round was action fight.
So it goes to the judges' scorecards. You're gonna have Raul Caiz Sr., Pat Russell, and Fernando Villarreal, your judges for this one. And Joe Martinez is ready to let us know who won this fight. There you see the names, Caiz Sr., Pat Russell, Fernando Villarreal. Caiz Sr. also works as referee, but tonight just judging here in India as they take off the wraps for Maria Santizo. Joe Martinez finally got the card from the judges, so he's ready to let us know the results.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. The totals are 79-73, 78-74, and 77-75. All for your winner by unanimous decision, La Vispa Anabel Ortiz.
A new attitude, new approach. And back on the winning side, Anabel Ortiz, La Vispa, her 33rd professional victory. Says she wants a shot at the title. It'll be coming to her soon as she's talking to the corner of Maria Santizo. A lot of respect between the ladies and their teams. Let's look at the CompuBox for this 8-round battle. The final punch stats. It was Anabel Ortiz landing and throwing more punches. She was more effective with her shots, as Santizo was swinging and missing quite a few times. It was 31% landed for the Mexican fighter Ortiz. 4 fights done. Our main event still to go. Floyd Schofield, Daniel Rosas. Let's look at what's happened so far here on Golden Boy Fight Night. All right, so our main event still to go. Beth Duran, Bernard Hopkins, the Golden Boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya, in the building, and he's standing by with Randy Flores.
Oscar, you recently donated $1 million to White Memorial Hospital in East Los Angeles, which is going to expand their ability to provide chemotherapy for breast cancer patients. Why this community? Why this hospital to continuously donate?
to continue my memories, my mother's memory alive. Look, when I was training for the Olympic Games, I was 16, 17 years old. My mom passed away from breast cancer, but her last words were always, whatever you make, as much as you make, you have to give back. And so the fact that the White Memorial Hospital took care of her, she had stage 4 cancer, so there was a point of no return for her. But the fact that the doctors took care of her, the nurses were just amazing to her. I'll never forget that. And now it's the fact that I can do this for my community means a lot to me and means a lot to them. And so I just want to create awareness and make sure that people understand that it affects everyone. I mean, everyone in the world is affected by cancer, whether you have a relative, whether you have cancer, whatever it is, you're affected by it. So might as well create this attention towards the cause, and the cause is to hopefully save as much lives as possible.
And you mentioned your community. White Memorial Hospital services 90% Hispanics. Why is it important to not only spread awareness to the Latino community about cancer, but to give them access to resources and even resources for families who are watching a loved one suffer through this disease?
Sure. I mean, that day when I donated $1 million, I went in there just to go visit some patients, not feeling that I was going to donate the money, but it's a cute story. I get there. 2 ladies have stage 4 cancer, and they come running to me and they start crying and they tell me, thank you. And so in that moment, I thought to myself, you know what, I have to do more. It's people like that, people that have hope, that keep fighting, that do something about it. So these types of stories are gonna help others to feel hope, to feel strength, to go out there and get checked out. Don't be afraid. That's the number one cause of women, of men, of not beating this dreaded disease, is that they're afraid. They're afraid to find out. They're afraid to go and get checked out. So it's all about awareness, and that's what I'm trying to do here. And so when I went to the hospital, these people just touched me. I mean, it was incredible. And so I said, you know what? Let me donate some more money. Let me create more awareness. And hopefully what's going to happen is all my other friends, celebrities, business people all over the world are now matching it, are now donating. So it's a trickle effect. So now that we're in October, Cancer Awareness Month, let's do as much as possible throughout the whole year, not just October, but just to create awareness and to make sure that communities like East LA have a chance to save lives.
And that's amazing how you just walked in and felt the need to just give more and continue to give back. Now, when doing that, you mentioned it's a trickle effect. So is this a call to action for everyone to help back and to not do it planned? You went in, you had a feeling, and you help people, and to have other people just make sure that they check on their bodies and their health.
Look, I've actually stayed quiet for 22 years. I've had my foundation, and we've donated millions and millions and millions of dollars. We've opened up wings, centers, hospitals. I think I'm gonna now raise my voice and be very vocal about this. I've always been very quiet about my message because people say, well, oh, you're showing off, you're giving money, this and that. No, I think by creating awareness, by making people aware that people are dying. People are dying because they don't know what to do. They don't. Maybe some person heard me say, go get checked out, or they heard my story, and it saved a life. Who knows? But if we can raise our voices, if we can come together and just scream it to everyone, and make a difference, that's what it's all about. So I'm gonna be very vocal now. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna say, you know what? Let's do this together. And there's communities like East LA that have no resources. There's women, there's men that have no idea how to go into a hospital or talk to a doctor. And what happens? The cancer progresses, turns into stage 4, and then there's tragedy. So we wanna catch it at an early stage. We wanna catch it before you even have cancer. Go in there, get checked out, and save your life.
So important to use your platform. Oscar, thank you so much for your time. We're going to send things back because the main event is coming up.
Cancer, a disease that's touched Oscar's life very much, and he's done so much to try to help to find a cure. The Oscar De La Hoya Foundation also making a huge impact at White Memorial in East Los Angeles. Great job, Brandy and Oscar, donating $1 million. And, you know, that pink, it's not just for tonight. We've done it ever since I started working with Golden Boy 8 years ago, and it's a cause that's very special to Oscar De La Hoya and his family. His mother passed away when he was 18 years old, but he came back from the Olympics in 1992. All right, it's time for the main event. Oh, 20-year-old Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield is our main event tonight. Once again in the Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California. Inside the arena, the excitement is building. Moments away from now, 20-year-old Floyd Schofield ready to make his ring walk. The undefeated Schofield from Austin, Texas, uber talented fighter in the lightweight division. Now Kid Austin trying to show everyone that he's ready to make the move from highly touted prospect to contender. He's got Riley Shields working the gloves inside his locker room. All right, well, if you're going to be the main event, you better get tested on Golden Boy Fight Night. And they bring veteran Daniel Rosas, the 33-year-old vet. Impressive names on his resume. He's come up short, but he gives you a battle. Now he tries to show Schofield that this veteran from Mexico isn't going to make it easy for him tonight. Back here ringside, Beto Duran alongside the Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins. B-Hop, we've been talking about this young man all night. Now it's time for the main event. All right, a couple months ago, we were in Texas. You saw Kid Austin.
Yes.
You said, I see something in this young man,
yes.
And you did what after his fight?
Yes, signed him. Signed him to Golden Boy because, first of all, when you see talent, you know talent. And what I seen, I was impressed at this early stage, but I'm more impressed of this mentality and what he wants to prove and the legacy he wants to leave in boxing.
That was in Frisco, Texas on the Virgil Ortiz show. He stole a lot of people's eyes. He looked over like, oh, okay. But Bernard, but it's one thing to go from that fight to now the main event on Golden Boy Fight Night. Yeah, you signed him. Yes, he got a bonus, but I was expecting a co-main. You said, no, main event. Why is he our main event tonight?
One is because he earned it, it's not given, and he's the type of talent that you don't have to spoon feed and wait for that opportunity of a main event. It's a unique situation because he's a unique guy, and Austin has that talent where you can risk that main event type of talent right now. And you know what? I believe, and I'm pretty sure, that he won't upset anybody by having him in this position.
He's the main event at 20 years old. A big smile, has a great personality. That's what he tells you. That's what he shows you. But up to this point, Floyd Schofield's story, something of a Hollywood script. With each win, he's a step closer to realizing his dream of becoming a world champion in his eyes. But he's a step away from his upbringing. This kid was homeless with his father, just as empty when he was 2 years old. He didn't know what he was going through, the despair, but through it all, Schofield and his dad, Floyd Sr., never doubted that the ending will be all worthwhile as the struggles that they have overcome are finally making their way to making dreams come true.
I'm from Jersey. I was born in Jersey City. I moved to Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta. That's where I had my amateur career. And now I moved to Texas. And I did my training camp in Houston, Texas with Ronnie Shields.
Well, Floyd found the boxing gym I was a boxing coach and trainer. So at 2 years old, when I got custody of him, I didn't have a babysitter, so I would bring him to the gym with me, and he'll be in the playpen.
And then after a while, as he grew, he wanted to get out. The playpen started hitting bags. And he just had this, at 5, he claimed he was the greatest boxer ever.
And then that's when he wanted me to, start competing and stuff like that. And I believe when I was 7, I had my first amateur fight. And that rush is just stuck with me. It's you know how people jumping out of planes and whatnot? That's my adrenaline rush right there, boxing, fighting.
The obstacles he faced was, we was homeless. So he didn't really have friends. All he had was boxing. And once he seen the attention he was getting as a boxer, that built his confidence, and he just stuck with it.
He struggled a lot for me. I'm forever grateful, and I think that's another one of my motivations, because I owe him that. Because if he didn't, he had at least spent over 500 grand just me traveling around the world just to fulfill my dream. And Lord knows if I would have got an injury and all that money would have went down the drain, but he invested into my career. So I'm just glad I stuck with it, and everything, like I say, everything stems from him.
Well, with Golden Boy, I told him years ago that we was going to be with Golden Boy way before Oscar DM'd him, because I feel Oscar is a Hall of Famer and he's a great, and Bernard Hopkins is a great. So if I'm going to create the greatest boxer of all time, why not have two great fighters that could give him the knowledge and help groom him to be that?
At first, I thought it was fake. I thought it was a fake account, Even if it was verified, I didn't care. I was like, nah, that ain't real. But then when he did it a second time, when I believe I turned 19, I was like, okay, now this is crazy. This is actually him. So, man, that gave me a lot of motivation. Just keep pushing like he's watching.
What separate him that I noticed is I took him to camps to spar Devin Haney. We got Devin Haney ready for fights. We got Shakur ready for fights. Robin Easton Jr. been in camp with Tank twice. And just watching these champions, and these was current champions, holding their belts, they can't even touch him. They couldn't do nothing with him. So that let me know he's special, because he wasn't even pro yet. He was 17 years old when he hurt Devin and buckled Devin. And so it's just I knew it was something different about him.
This is just the beginning. And if they put me as a main event on my second fight with them, something might be coming. The fights are going to get harder and harder. And, just because I'm a main event now doesn't mean I start slacking. Because once you start slacking, everything goes down the drain. You lose that main event spot. So, me being this main event, I'm not letting it get to my head. I'm treating it like I'm fighting a world champion.
Main event time at Fantasy Springs. Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield. Let's look at the tail of the tape for this one. He's got the reach advantage. Bernard, he's got that swag advantage without a doubt.
Yeah, with the talent. I'm excited to watch him grow.
Yeah, that's our main event. Joe Martinez, bring him out, bring him out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go our main event this evening. 8 rounds of boxing in the lightweight division. And ready to make his way first to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner from Mexico, Daniel Rosas.
Daniel Rosas from Mexico City. That's right. Schofield was 5 years old when Rosas turned pro. He's enjoying the ring walk. Nothing new for him. The last time he was in the ring, he was stopped by Lamont Roach Jr. Let's look at the keys for victory for Rosa, according to Dougie Fisher from Ring Magazine. Tie up and rough up winning close. That's number 3. Pressure, offense after the 3rd round. That's if we get to the 3rd round, Bernard.
Yeah. If you get to the 3rd round, I'll be absolutely shocked.
And now, ready to make his ring walk, ladies and gentlemen, he is a rising lightweight superstar. Here's the undefeated Texan, Floyd Schofield!
From Jersey to Georgia, now in Austin. That's why he's got the nickname Kid Austin. Moved there when he was 17 to turn pro. He's not named after Floyd Mayweather. Floyd is actually a family name. Great-grandfather, grandmother, and father are named Floyd.
All in traffic line in my culinary. These diamonds on my neck, these things watered down. I mess around and get my gun and soak it down. They thank me when you know she real slimy now. Nigga loaded in the shoulder beat. She got me and she got me sliding on this street. I'm out of Miami, ain't no round with my heat.
11-0, 9 KOs. Can he make it? 10 KOs? He said he's not expecting rounds. That's how confident he is.
She said she love how I do it. I said I like what you say. They said I never would do it. I fell in love with the hate. I thought I told you they ain't contemplating. My shawty with me and she had decided to hit the edge. Y'all been know what time we getting off the field.
Keys to victory. Doug Fisher, editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. Number 1, set the fast pace. Target the body early. Number 3, I like that one. The aggressiveness. Oh, we're going to get that, no doubt. Those are the keys to victory from Ring Magazine's editor-in-chief, Dougie Fisher. Joe Martinez. He's in the ring.
Hey now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go live around the world on DAZN. From Fantasy Springs Resort Casino here in Indio, California. This is the main event of the evening. 8 rounds of boxing this scheduled in the lightweight division. And it's brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. This fight in association with Davies Entertainment. Sponsored by BetOnline, your online sportsbook. Odds for tonight's fights brought to you by BetOnline. And Torres Brandy, mastery and tradition since 1928. This bout is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, the Executive Officer, Andy Foster, with Chairman Peter Villegas. The 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside, Raul Caiz, Pat Russell, and Fernando Villarreal. And when the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge from Bassett, California, Ray Corona. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready, and the fighters are ready. Indio, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green trunks trimmed in black. He weighed in officially 132 pounds even. In 28 professional fights, his record stands at 22 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw with 14 big wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando el hijo de Ciudad de México, Daniel Bad Boy Rosas! And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing pink trunks trimmed in white. He weighed in officially 134.8 pounds. In 11 professional fights, he stands perfect in the ring. 11 victories, no defeats, 8 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated rising lightweight superstar from Austin, Texas, the undefeated Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield!
2 seconds. Productor, mouthpiece. All right, this is good right here. Aquí está bien. Touch gloves si quieres. God bless.
Ray Corona, the 3rd man in the ring. Our main event, Golden Boy Fight Night, Thursday night in Indio, California. 20-year-old Floyd Schofield. He's ready to make his debut here on DAZN. Daniel Rosas, the veteran, trying to make it difficult for the 20-year-old. Schofield said, Bernard, that he had a dream last night of a first-round knockout with a body shot. Will that dream come true here in our main event?
I believe him. Let's see him set it up. That jab is important, but that jab is going to set up everything that comes after that, because that's what he's been working on in the last couple of fights. He said in his father is to work that jab and then go to the body.
Goes straight to the body, upstairs, lands a right hook. That moves Rosas back into the ropes. attacking the body.
With the left hand. Look, this is a blueprint for young fighters his age, and even the ones that's not, to see what he's doing. He's investing in the body early, and let me tell you.
And he's attacking in the corners. Rosas trying to move around. Slips one shot, but it's all.
No.
Kid Austin, he pushed him down. Does not go down as a knockdown. Oh, he's a pit bull. Is Kid Austin in pink. Rosas is being attacked. Stalking. Here's a 20-year-old. Body work, combinations. Rosas leaning through the ropes, gets out of there.
Watch your back of the head. Come on, man.
Rosas hasn't even thrown a punch.
Floyd is standing on top of him cautiously, but not over cautiously. He's setting him up. It's going to be the body shot. This fight's going to be in there with the body because he's setting him up. The power's on the left leg.
Rosas trying to get out of the corner, doesn't. And dropped him with the hook! Oh, it's over! A first-round KO for Floyd Schofield. A big shot in Rosas. Oh, wow! He took a big shot. Floyd said it was going to be a first-round KO. He got that right. It wasn't a body shot, but the hook, Bernard. Holy smokes! 137 of the first round.
Hey, he's just not there, man. Hang on tight, okay?
Not jumping up and down celebrating. He called his shot. He did it. Business. He's supposed to do that.
When you're not supposed to be in there by record, you're supposed to show it. And that's the statement. Doesn't do any good to keep this guy around 3, 4, 5 rounds. Move on to the next.
Get him out of there. So welcome to the DAZN and Golden Boy, Kid Austin. Woo. It's how you win too, right, Bernard?
It's all about how you win. I mean, think about it. It's how you win, but it's all about how you win.
All right, so our replay department, great job all night long. Since the fight was only 137, let's just show you the entire fight.
Floyd just wanted him to exchange because he knows he's the quicker, the stronger, the younger, and he's keeping the pressure where he needs to be. And once that exchange started, it was just a matter of time for him to get one of those punches. Left hook, right hook, whatever punch came was going to be the one that's going to be the factor. And these punches he's throwing out is not extremely hard. They just set up the big punches that come at the end, like right now. These are the punches that accumulation became harder as he threw those punches.
And the body shots were starting to land easy. It was just a swarm.
No.
And here it comes. Here comes the KO, Bernard.
With the left hook, but it was real swift and it was real sharp because he leaned to the left and threw the punch after a punch or two of combinations. Right here.
Watch the back of the head. Watch the back of the head. Come on, man.
The shots were landing.
But you see him setting it up. You see him rocking on that left hand. He's rocking, giving it kind of stance. He just moved, trying to get in position. Because once he let those hands go and punches, that left hook is going to be the end that stops it.
And here comes the knockout.
Oh, short, 6-inch left hook.
This kid is thick, he's muscular, and he's got power.
It was a quick shot, 6 inches. Quick shot.
But it was set up because he was going to the body early, Bernard.
That's what set it up. And he was so poised. And then he snuck the left hook, which is a 6-inch left hook up top, and that ended.
Ray Corona comes and says that he waved it off immediately, he didn't even count. Joe Martinez, let the crowd hear it.
Is Floyd
Ladies
excited?
and gentlemen, the end comes officially 1 minute, 37 seconds. Round number 1 we have your winner by way of knockout, his 10th knockout victory and 12th win as a professional. He is still undefeated, Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield!
30 seconds. And there'll be highlights in there too if you want to talk about it. Okay. Thank
A big knockout, first round KO for Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield. He's standing by with our reporter, Brandy Flores.
Well, they call you the kid, but you treated a grown man like a kid out there in the ring. At what point in the first round did you see that you had him?
When he wasn't responding to like any punches, he wasn't throwing back, so I took it. You know, I still have to be safe, but I can see in his face that he doesn't want to fight. Like, you can see it in a person's eyes, and you know, my team was just like, get on him, don't wait. He might be trying to set up something. And that's what we did.
You attacked early, and I think that strategy came from a dream that you had last night, correct? Before the fight tonight, Kid Austin told us that he had a dream that he was a first-round knockout with a body shot. Not quite a dream come true, but how satisfied are you with your performance?
I'm really satisfied because, you know, I made it out the ring safe, and I see he walked out the ring safe. That's all I care about. I'm glad he got up and was able to provide for his family, and that I'm safe. That's all that matters. You know, I may have not had got it how I wanted to get it with the body shot. I didn't really want to hit him in the head, but a punch is a punch, and I feel like that stood out more than the body shot would have, honestly.
Your first main event, you came to deliver right after Golden Boy signed you. Now, what is next for you, or who do you want next?
What's next for me is, oh my God. What's next is hopefully I can get on another fight before the end of this year, and I want all the top dogs in my weight class that they call prospects, because I'm the top prospect, and I think I just proved it.
Anybody specific when you talk about those top prospects?
Mark Castro, Keyshawn Davis, all of them, just everybody who they consider a prospect. Let's fight. Let's see who's the top. It can't be 20 of us, and only one can come out on top.
Hey, the kid, Schofield, 10 knockouts. Congratulations. We're going to send these back to you guys ringside.
Oh, he's very, very confident after that. Actually saying some names, Bernard Hopkins. Now he's smiling. He's 12-0. 10 KOs. There he is taking the picture with his father in all white. It's a unique perspective, Bernard. Two father and son, them two together, traveling all over the country, going to different tournaments, trying to figure out when they were early on, when he was a toddler, where he's going to sleep, sleeping in cars, going to parks, and the dad trying to hide his son from the despair that they were in. Look at him now.
Yes, and to hear him say, it can't be 10 of us. That says a lot, and that stood out to me. It can't be 10 of us. The world heard this. The boxing world heard this tonight. It can't be 10 of us.
Still room to grow, of course. He's 20 years old. You know, we're going to get caught up in the knockout that was there, but a young man that has a lot of potential, Bernard. And as you know this, you're 20 years old, you knock somebody out in the first round. Okay, great. But we got to see what we got and match them now. It looks like much tougher.
I know what we have, and it is much tougher, but I know for a fact that there are going to be a lot of people running. I hate to say this, there's gonna a lot of people try to go to different weight classes. Maybe go down, maybe go up. But you know what? We're gonna continue to do what we need to do. He's gonna continue to do what he needs to do. His father, as you mentioned, they come from a struggle. They still in a struggle. They on to the next. And the most important thing is, it's gonna be fun watching his talent grow, fight by fight by fight. I know you're having fun watching him, I'm having fun, and the TV land is having fun watching him.
Yes, there was CompuBox for 137. 2 punches landed by Rosas, only threw 5. There's a reason he only threw 5, is because he was getting attacked the entire time. It was a Floyd Schofield storm. He attacked him, he sensed it, and went after him. The big shots landed to the body, and it was a final hook that knocked him out in 1:37. Floyd Schofield taking a lot of pictures with the crowd here inside Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino in Indio, California. Shows up on DAZN, and Bernard was telling us there's a reason you made him the main event. I liked it when I saw him the first time, room to grow, of course. I thought he'd be a co-main. You're like, no, the main event, and this is why.
Yeah, and you know what? People are going to say, hey, you know, this guy wasn't really, he was enough that we needed now. But when you see him step in there, no matter who it is at that level that he's at, you're going to see, I'm telling you, the same performance. You're going to see the same outcome, and getting these opportunities, what we're working on, not only for 2023, but he wants to fight before the year's in. Yep. He wants to get back in there to show that, look, I'm learning and I'm still being known around the world as the young superstar coming into boxing, or in the boxing.
Golden Boy Fight Night, this Thursday night series is all about developing young fighters, young prospects, given an opportunity to go through photo shoots, to go through fighter meetings, get exposure, and open up some eyes, and we saw that tonight.
And earn it, not given. You got to earn it here. At this company, you got to earn it. We ain't giving you nothing. You got to earn it, and he's earning it.
Well, you better put on a show. It's not how you win, it's the way that you dominate. And kid Austin, Floyd Schofield definitely did that tonight. So for everybody behind the scenes in the production truck, great job producing, directing. For everybody working with Golden Boy, for the Golden Boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya, President Eric Gomez, I'm Beto Duran. And one thing about this though, next week we're gonna be in San Diego. Make sure you follow the Golden Boy social media pages for all Fight Week coverage that gets going on Wednesday, as the main event's gonna be Saturday night. Joseph Diaz Jr. taking on William Cepeda. That's gonna be on DAZN. And that's a wrap on a great night of boxing from Indio, California. For Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins, Brandy Flores, and our entire Golden Boy Fight Night crew, I'm Beto Duran saying good night, everybody.
You know, sometimes this life can get rough. You get knocked down, but you gotta get up. Keep going. I'd have been knocked down 1,000 times, yeah, I traveled around 1,000 miles, feeling so tired, but you know I can't stop now. Came way too far, won't throw in the towel. It ain't looking real good, but I won't give up. Pac said that I gotta keep my head up, so I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
You know what time it is, man. We ain't playing, we coming to flip some feathers.
Deep, I'm on my feet, the underdog, and I won't be beat. In the fight now, but I won't be.
He does not stop throwing punches. No, he doesn't stop coming, pressuring, cutting off the ring. Jojo Diaz get off on what he does best is combination punches, left and right, hooks. Right, let me tell you this.
Don't give up now, yeah, you gotta climb. Go and give it